All right, shalom, shalom. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to share my screen if I can. May not be able to. Shalom, shalom. Give me 1 second, Akim. Might just have to make my points because I wanted to share my screen. Trying to figure out how to do that. Give me 1 second. I guess I ain't gonna be able to do it. But anyway, hey, shalom. All right. Before I get started, I want to say call Halayim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Kwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone who taught me this truth. And double salutation to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David is teaching this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Right? So I just wanted to, I'm just going in the spirit. I was watching this video by the brother in Houston. All right. His channel is GMS Sentinels 144. He did a heavy lesson going into counting the costs. And demonization is at the front door. Okay. And that lesson was real heavy because, you know, he brought out some facts about, you know, just the times that we in. The persecution is basically set up. And certain brothers may be incarcerated, you know, thrown in jail, put to death. You know what I'm saying, for having the testimony of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. You know, and that's very heavy, man. And the scriptures that we read, or the prophecies that we're reading in the scriptures, is basically is warning us, man. You know, the ones that chose to, you know, to follow the Lord, man. You know, these are the things that the disciples had to suffer, man. You know, these are the prophecies that we're reading with our own eyes, man. And we're in that time now, all right, where Esau has, you know, basically the narrative set up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull the article out and just read it. I got it on my screen here. I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can try to share it one more time. And if I can't do it, it's all good. Let's see. And then I can use the share. How about chat? Nah. Yeah, but anyway, I'll just read the article. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going in the spirit. I got the article pulled up on my screen, and I'll just read and talk and just edify the scriptures, you know, because this is on the dailymail.com. Brothers have went into it. You know what I'm saying? They did their responses, Apostle, Tahar, and other elders did, you know, they put their intake on it or whatever. But it says here, this is from the dailymail.com. It says dozens of black Israelites, so-called black Israelites, and that's that term that Esau likes to use, okay, calling us black, that government term, all right, so he can categorize us, label us as being black identity extremists, okay, black terrorists, black radicals, so on and so forth, man, all right, so he's going to continue to push that in the media, all right, to basically get the people drawn into this, man, okay, and before I read this article too, all right, you got to remember, a lot of these guys have been set up by Esau. All right. Esau's hand is in the midst, all right, of this protest that went on in Washington, D.C. at the Capitol. Man, all right. And as the scriptures tell us, okay, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Let me get that real quick, too. I got one here in the book of Job. All right. Just to make that point. This is Job 21 and 27. It reads, behold, I know your thoughts and the devices which you wrongfully imagine against me. Okay, so brothers is not ignorant to this, man. You know, we're not surprised that this came out, but at the same time, as the scriptures say, all right, we're not ignorant to the devices that Esau wrongfully imagines against us, man. All right, which that word device goes back to wicked plot or scheme, man. All right, and one of Esau's plans is to basically smear us, man. You know, try to make it, to paint the picture that we're just crazy, man. But really, we're in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. All right. But before I grab this article, you got to remember too. All right, a lot of these guys, when shit hits the fan, or some type of false flag event takes place, all right, Esau is going to lump us all together as part of this, man. You know, and that's why the spirit was on the apostles, has been on the apostles and elders, to tell brothers to separate themselves from these other niggas, man. All right, because Esau is going to use these guys, all right, to fulfill agendas and set things up, man. All right. So we're not ignorant of all of that, man. And you also got to understand too that Esau has a lot of agents and a lot of cops, all right, spread out in the midst of these different camps, man. All right. So they're going to be used to do certain things in the future to basically to give Esau the green light to come down on all of us, man. All right. So everybody that's, watching the videos, like the brother was saying, putting stuff up online to teach that we Israel, everybody's being watched, and Esau's going to come down on everybody, man. All right. But this is how serious the times that we're living into, man. Okay. But let me jump into this article here. It says dozens of so-called black Israelites who claim they and not Jews are the true descendants of the biblical Hebrews. Okay. So this is true, man. All right. We are the true sons of the living power, man. All right. We are the sons of God, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, and Hispanics, man. You are the Israelites of the scriptures, man. So this is a fact, man. All right. There's plenty of documentation, scholarship out there proving the scriptures, man. All right. So this stuff is tacky, man. It says they are the true descendants of the biblical Hebrews descend on Capitol Hill for a protest, man, which we know that whole protest thing was set up, man. All right. And it even tells you in the bullet point here. It says Hebrew Israelites staged a protest near the U.S. Capitol building on Tuesday. So this was all staged. This was all set up, man. All right. We see where Esau he has his hand right in the midst of this thing, man. All right. Let me grab the scripture too. This is Acts. I'm just gonna hit certain points in this article. I'm not gonna read the whole thing and just grab scriptures and just edify and wrap it up, man. I don't want this to be too long. All right, but this is Acts, just to make that point. All right, this is Acts chapter 5 and verse 38. This is Acts 5 and 38. It says, "And now I say unto you, refrain from these men." You see, it says, "And let them alone, for if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught." You see? So this whole protest shit, this was a council of men, man. This is because you better believe these niggas is juiced in, man. All right. Nobody even seen these niggas before teaching or nothing. And all of a sudden, this article pops up on the media, man. All right. So if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, you know what time it is, man. All right. But as the scriptures say, if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught, man. And this protest is gonna come to nothing, man. I'm gonna just jump down to the main point I want to touch on. All right. But this is all folly, man. These are the same niggas that you read about in Isaiah chapter 30 that walked down to Egypt for help, man. As if protesting and as if Esau knowing that now Esau knows that you're an Israelite. Now he's supposed to give you reparations and benefits. Supposed to hear your cause and free. Niggas is tripping, man. It says, scroll down. My computer's moving a little slow. Let me jump down to the main point. Okay. Let me grab Matthew chapter 5. All right. Let's see me scroll down a little bit more. Give me 1 second. All right, this is Matthew chapter 5, and I start at verse 10. Matthew chapter 5, verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. And this word, the word, and having the true testimony of Yahweh Shem Shai, which is righteousness. All right, we're coming up on this persecution, man. Because it tells us what in Revelation 12 and 2, Salakia 12 and 10, that Esau, he's the accuser of our brethren, man. He's that slanderer, man. The one that's trying to weaken the influence of the truth, man. Because that's the only reason why all this stuff is spun up, because the apostles and elders have been teaching for years, man. And all of a sudden now they want to try to come up and put this out in the media. You see, but like we know, it's all bullshit, man. Matthew persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. All right. It says, verse 10, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness. Salaki, verse 11, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. And this is what's coming, man. Of us being radicals and terrorists, you know, being violent. You see, it says according. In fact, let me find the article. 5:11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. And there's going to be all types of framing and false claiming going on in these last days with a boatload of shit, man, to try to get brothers jammed up, man. All right. So these are the beginning stages that we see. And be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. All right. So our forefathers, man, you know, the prophets before us, man, they were persecuted, man. So how much more now, man? All right. We're reading the testimonies of the Messiah, man. He warned us of these things to come, man. Okay. But it says in this article, just finishing to make this point, it says, according to the group's ideology, and you see how Esau's worded the article. According to the group's ideology, every white person who doesn't get killed by Christ when he returns is going into slavery. All right. And see, this is not an ideology. This is not a philosophy, man. All right. This is the words of the living power, man. All right. And basically, Esau's future, all right, is destruction, all right, and slavery, man. Okay. And let's get that. All right. Because this is not our ideology. This is not our philosophy. This is not some shit that we just pulling out of our ass. Okay. This is what the scriptures say, man. All right. Because people like to get real dumb and simple. All right. But this is Revelation 13:10. Okay. Revelation 13:10. It reads, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. All right. Who did that happen to? Okay. See, Esau doesn't like his dirty laundry aired out, man. You know, his all his crimes and atrocity that he committed against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay, it says, Revelation 13:10, he that leadeth into captivity shall captivity. All right? That's what you call righteous recompense, man. This is what the Lord is going to do. Okay, it says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay? So this is what the true saints are waiting on, man. Okay? The saints are here is the patience and the faith of the saints, man. All right? Read on, man. I'm just making points, just reading on, man. You know, just going in the spirit. All right, it says, there has even been a split within the Hebrew Israelite movement, with the mainstream Israelite church breaking with the more extreme Israelite school of universal practical knowledge going into ISUBK, you know, because, you know, you have them all in the media, you know, promoting, you know, guns, arming themselves up. They had the Vice documentary, them carrying AK-47, so on and so forth, which is all going to be used as ammunition against Israel, man. See, Esau's going to use all of that shit, all right, to push the narrative of these black militants gathering up arms to basically harm white people, man. You know, however these devils are going to spin it. All right. It says, reading on, it says YouTube video clips circulating on the internet show street confrontations that are largely violent. Okay. So you better believe Esau has all the clips cropped up. All right. He has the compilation videos ready to go. And he's going to put that shit in the media, man. All right. Of brothers cursing out Esau and the heathen, you know, all the confrontations, all the suspense, so to speak. But there ain't gonna be no videos of edifying going into the scriptures of us telling the truth, man. You know, and this is all tactics of the devil, man. So they're ready to go, man. You know, and you niggas that want to have the vainglory, all right, let's get that too. These other guys in these other groups, they're all about vainglory and shit, man. You know, being seen of men. All right, let me grab that too. This is the book of Galatians. You know, because now since you want to be those guys in the forefront, the Lord is going to allow you to be caught up in these different snares, man. Because Esau going to come, man. All right, this is Galatians 5 and 26. Let's make that point. It says, it reads, Galatians 5:26, let us not be desirous of vain glory, provoking one another and envying one another, man. But the scriptures say, let us not be desirous of vain glory, man. Because really, all these other guys are all about exalting themselves, man. You know, General Yohana, ISUPK, Nate, IUIC, you know. Juiced in, man. Like I said, you got these guys that are juiced in. You got these niggas that are agents and cops. You see? So all of this stuff is coming to the forefront. All right, reading on. It says the clips show preachers dressed in robes harassing passers-by who are usually white. In May 2016, an Israelite group posted a YouTube clip showing a white man crying as a group of preachers run down the litany of crimes committed against blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, man. You see? So, hey, we are here, man. You know? And like I stated earlier, Esau, he hates the fact that he's being revealed as the devil, man. You know, all his crimes and atrocities that were committed against Israel are being laid out in the forefront, man. Because the scriptures say that he has the all right, let me grab this real quick. This is it's Romans. Let's make that point. The Lord is going to revenge his temple, man. Okay? This is Romans 12. All right. It's Romans 12:19. It reads, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So the Lord's going to repay, man. We're in that time of vengeance, retribution, man. Okay? And Esau knows that he knows that these things are coming, man. All right? So this is all of this stuff that's going on. This is his way of trying to basically divert the truth, so to speak. These groups are rejected by mainstream Jewish organizations since they espouse ugly anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, man. And what we're doing, we're not bringing out no anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, because out of Esau's own mouth in his own Jewish encyclopedia, all right, they say that they don't come from Jacob, man. They actually come from Edom. Out of their own mouths, they're telling you that, man. So how are we anti-Semitic? You know, which is really that word is supposed to be Shemitic, you know, because we're all you know, we all come from Shem, all right. But there was a chosen line through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Okay, the whole Holocaust thing, that was a lie. You know, all the facts are out there. You could look these things up, man. All right. It says Israelite preachers are seen on YouTube calling the Holocaust a joke, praising Adolf Hitler, and calling for the death of whites, Jews, gays, and lesbians, man. So here we go, man. Here we go. Among their other provocative tactics, who doesn't get killed by Christ when he returns is going to slavery, man. So, you know, once again, man, this is just the beginning of many things to come. You know, so let me grab one more scripture or a couple more. You know, I'm just making, you know, just making quick points. You know, this is 1 Corinthians. All right. I pull it in my sword. Salakia. All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 4. And I'm going to start at I'll start at verse 11. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 11. Even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted, and have no certain dwelling place. And labor, working with our hands, being reviled, we bless. Being persecuted, you know, so being criticized, and suffer and endure through that, man. All right. So we're reading the prophecies, man, right before our eyes. This is what's being played out right now. Verse 13, 1 Corinthians 4:13. Being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world, man. Okay. So this is on the way, man. When Esau fully puts us out there, man, all right, we're going to be made as the filth of the world, man. All right. We're going to be hated of the world. Okay. But let me get this word in the Greek for defamed. See if I can pull it up real fast. And if I can't, I'll just move on. My computer's dragging. It's lucky about that. My computer's been dragging for for the past hour. All right. So this word for defamed, all right, is blasphemio in the Greek. Blasphemio. All right. It says, here we go. It says to speak reproachfully, rail at, revile, culminate, blasphemy, to be evil spoken of, reviled, railed at. You see? So this is the prophecies, man. You know, this is the beginning stages, man. To be evil spoken of, man. To be railed at, to be reviled, man. All right. So reading that scripture again, 1 Corinthians 4:13, being defamed, we entreat, we are made as the filth of the world and the offscouring of all things unto this day. Verse 14, the point. I write not these things to shame you, but as my beloved sons, I warn you. Okay. So this is a warning, man. All right. Our forefathers warned us of these things. Yahweh Shema Shah through the Spirit warned us, all right, that we were going to be persecuted and defamed. You know, we were going to be falsely accused of things. You see, so hey, this is what's playing out right now, man. All right, so brothers have to arm themselves, all right, with the same like mind as Yahweh Shah, man. You see, because as the scriptures say, as they persecuted the Messiah, they're going to persecute us also, man. You know. Let me see if there's any more points I want to make on here. You know, the truth is out there, man. Let's see. That was the end of the article, man. But yeah, that was the point, man. Brothers could pull that up. You know, it's all in the media about these Israelites. I forgot what group they were a part of that basically did a protest down in Washington, D.C., in the Capitol, man. You see? But this is the beginning of many things to come, man. And Esau is going to use this, all right, to further push his narrative, man. So like I said, man, I wanted that lesson to be quick and straight to the point, man. I just wanted to grab a couple scriptures and just article. All right, brothers, be mindful of the times we're living in, man. Count the cost, man. You know, understand what you're a part of, man. You know, stand firm for the word of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. All right, let me get this real quick. This is Acts, and I'll end it off with this. All right, this is the book of Acts. All right, Acts. I'm gonna say Acts 13. It's a lot. This is the book of Acts. Here we go. This is Acts chapter 14. All right, Acts 14 and verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, you know. And that's why we push the videos, you know. We uplift brothers through the Spirit, you know, by the word, you know, to comfort brothers, man. All right. It says exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. All right. So scriptures say through much tribulation, all right, we shall enter in the kingdom of the Lord, man. All right, which is going into that straight gate, man. All right, this is here now. It's upon us, man. Okay, this is what has to happen in order for us to make it to the kingdom, man. All right, we're about to be tried on all levels, man. So brothers, just, you know, in the spirit, you know, keep your mind sharp, keep your mind tight. Pray to Yahweh Shema Shah, man. You know, but hey, man, with that, hopefully that lesson was edifying, man. You know, keep your head on the swivel. All right, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shema Shah. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone who taught me this truth. All right, and double salutation to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David that's teaching this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom.